Hello guys, this is Ranting Gamer, and this is my review of Naruto chapters 6 to 5. And the chapter starts where we were left off last time, where we see Hashirama, Tobirama and Madara at the same spot, where Madara is actually asking from Hashirama that if he wants an alliance to happen would be between the Senju and the Uchiha, that he must either take his own life or take his brother's life. And Hashirama actually accepts to those terms, and he takes out his kunai, and he's actually ready to take his own life. And he says to his brother that after he takes his own life, after this thing happens, that he must honor the alliance between the Senju and the Uchiha. And as Hashirama is actually taking the kunai to stab himself, Madara stops him at the last minute, and he says to him, okay, I see that you have guts, I see that you are a man of your word, you don't have to kill yourself and things like that, and that the alliance will happen. And the alliance actually happens, and the village is actually being built. And after that we see Hashirama and Madara standing on the same cliff where they were before as kids, and they actually decide on the name. And it was very surprising to see Madara to take a little leaf with a hole in it, and he looks at the Konoha village from the leaf, from the hole of the leaf, and he says to Hashirama that this could be the name, the village that is hidden behind a leaf. Yeah, and Hashirama finds the name a little bit plain, but I must say that it was actually very nice to see the way of how the name was conceived, and it was also very nice to see, Madara looking through that little leaf. Yeah, it was basically nice to see that Madara was actually the founder of the name, and then they discuss about the title of Hokage, and who will be the man who will be in the top of everything. And Hashirama asks from Madara, much to my surprise, once again I really didn't expect that, he asks from Madara to actually be the first ever Hokage of the village. And I think he says that for two reasons basically. One is being because Madara is basically all alone in this world, and he knows that, and basically because he wants Madara to be accepted from the village, and secondary because the Uchiha clan is now the only family that Madara actually has, and if Madara is in the position of Hokage, then he will be able to protect his clan a whole lot better. But the discussion actually ends there, because at the last minute Tobirama appears, and yeah, I think that the discussion is actually left there, and we see Madara and Tobirama exchanging some very big looks of disbelief. These guys clearly they don't like each other at all. And later on we see Tobirama and Hashirama who are discussing about the matter of Hokage, and Tobirama says that although he doesn't have any objection of Madara becoming the Hokage, because it is his brother's decision and he must respect it, he says that the rest of the village will not look at it the same way. And what we basically see here is Tobirama's continuous disbelief and hatred towards the Uchiha and Madara. And although Hashirama tries to defend his friend, unfortunately it seems that Madara overhears. He overhears the whole conversation, and in the last pages where Hashirama and Madara finally meet, where I think it is actually the shrine of the Uchiha, Madara, it is there where he finally says to Hashirama that he accepts that he is grateful for all the efforts that Hashirama has done so far, but unfortunately he knows deep in his heart that this could never work, because Tobirama will always be an obstacle no matter what happens, and the rest of the village will never see very kindly to an Uchiha being the Hokage and things like that. And despite Hashirama's effort to convince his friend once again, unfortunately it really doesn't work, and Hashirama leaves, saying to his friend that the next time that they will meet, it will be in the battlefield once again. So yeah, basically I think that it was a very good chapter, mostly because we see actually the friendship of Madara and Hashirama once again, as we did in the previous chapters when they were kids. And I was actually surprised by two things. I mean, it is obvious that their friendship is very, very strong, and we see that in two parts. First of all, when Madara stops the hand of Hashirama from killing himself, and secondary, so many efforts that we see from Hashirama's side to make Madara to feel much more accepted, and to give him a way to protect his clan a whole lot better. But unfortunately, Tobirama, he really spoils everything. I mean, that Tobirama from the beginning, from when they were kids till now, he's pretty much meddling in and he's messing up just about everything. And his hatred that he has inherited from his father, it is clear. He will never trust Madara, and he will never trust the Uchiha either. So yeah, and that was the catalyst that actually made Madara to say to himself, okay, but I give up, and that this will never actually work. Because in the last pages we see Madara and Hashirama, and because Madara, I think, is the most realist of the two, and he sees things as they are, and he actually says to Hashirama, I am sorry, but this will never ever work, no matter how many efforts that we may do. Actually, I have to say that in this whole chapter, Hashirama and his efforts, they remind me a lot of Naruto and his efforts that he has been doing all this time to save his friend Sasuke. And I see that Hashirama and Naruto, that they are very much alike. But I have to say that Hashirama is also a bit naive, and I'm saying this because he sees that this alliance will actually never work, but he doesn't actually look at it. He wants to overlook that whole thing, because deep in his heart he really wants to make this work. But unfortunately, despite all his efforts and the circumstances, this will never happen. This alliance will never be stable, if you know what I mean. So yeah, and I really cannot blame Madara for leaving in the end, because I think that anybody in his place would have done the same thing. It is not easy to stay to some place where you know that somebody else doesn't have any faith, that somebody else doesn't have any faith in you at all. This happens in everyday life also. So yeah, I really cannot blame Madara for leaving, and except for asking from Hashirama to take either his own life or his brother's life, which was actually very, very nuts, in my opinion. Apart from that, I really liked Madara from the point of view that I actually understand him now and his feelings a whole lot better. And his feelings are that no matter what happens, the disbelief and the distrust between two human beings it is something that it can never be extinguished. I hope that now we will end all these flashbacks and that we will finally get into the decision that Sasuke will have to make about what will he do. And but I believe that Hashirama's story was actually so nice and so moving. I don't think that it will leave Sasuke cold to all this, and I believe that he will choose something that will not be totally unfair to the village, but he will also choose something that it is according that it will reflect his own beliefs. So yeah, we will see what happens in the next chapter, but overall it was a very nice chapter. So guys, this has been Ilias the Ranting Gamer. Thank you for watching my review. I wish you all have a nice afternoon. Please like and subscribe if you wish, of course, and I'll see you all later. Bye bye.